now you'll have used Shazam. It's quite a nice little tool, isn't it? So you're out and about, or in a club, or whatever it is. A club like Gillian. Like Gillian are always in clubs.
I go clubbing.
We're always clubbing. And you hear a tune, you think, what's that? Like it, might want to buy it. Get your Shazam out, and it tells you what it is. Nassie's laughing. Don't ask me why. Well, now they've developed another app which has the same sort of thing, but this is beautiful. It's for bird song. It's called Warblr, which is a great name. Its founder, Florence Wilkinson, is here, along with David Darrell Lambert, the director of Bird Brain UK. Great to see you both. I love the sound of this. I really love it. It's a clever idea. Can we just try it out, though? Just with this one. What have we got? Let's see what it's coming up with. We haven't got much signal in phone signal in here. What are we saying?
It's going to take a few seconds to process, so maybe you want to ask David for his professional opinion.
Go on, professional opinion.
Right. Well, there's a robin, a blackbird singing away, robin in the background, and a song thrush as well.
Oh my goodness, you can identify 3 different birds.
Well, I only focus on those first 3. I didn't pay attention to the rest of them.
Oh, is that going to be a problem for the app if there's multiple birds that you can hear at any one time? It's obviously trying to distinguish between them all.
So what it does is it gives you a ranked list of results. Because we can never be 100% confident anyway. And what you'd hope is that if you have multiple birds in a recording, then they might both come up. We can't quite cope with the dawn chorus yet, where you've got tons. But, here we go, the results are in.
Now let's have a look then. What have we got? Common blackbird, common redshank, willow warbler.
So number 1.
So number 1, that's going to be 98%.
Blackbird, which is correct, right?
Yeah.
So where did the idea come from?
So I've always had a passion for the natural world, and I work in digital, and I've also done a lot of work with young people, and I noticed that a lot of the young people I was working with were digital natives. Apps were like second nature to them, but they knew very little about the natural world around them, and I wanted to find a way of bridging that divide.
It's the thing that, because it's nice that we're familiar with things like Shazam, and so we can get the concept very easily. Because Shazam is recognising, a specific score, whereas this obviously it's unique in itself, which has got to make it a lot more difficult to do.
It is a lot more difficult. You're right, because obviously a song is the same every time it's played, whereas with birds we're dealing with individuals. Obviously, well, David will tell you, but a lot of species can carry on learning different songs throughout their lives. Different species have lots of different songs and calls, so it is a very difficult problem.
And David, what are some of the practical uses that this can be put to? I mean, it's beautiful to identify these sounds, but are there any other uses that we might not have thought about?
Well, it's a great piece of citizen science, to be honest. I mean, it means that you could send someone out anywhere to any park in the urban area, and they can start listening to what birds are singing there, and be able to have a good idea exactly what's going on in that area.
And what about cataloguing that then, in terms of research for the likes of you?
I mean, that sort of information is fundamental. You have stuff like bird track from the BTO, which then the data can be entered into, which then gives us great population ideas of the birds that are in the UK.
So is there a sense with it, I mean, is this information, obviously it's all bouncing backwards and forwards from a server, is that being stored and sent on?
Yes, so we're keeping track of all of the recordings that are sent in and the location data, and we're going to make that freely available for anyone to use for research and conservation.
So that's quite nice, so you can sort of educate yourself and help conservation at the same time. Because we are in a situation, David, aren't we, where there are a lot of concerns about the bird population in the UK at the minute, some species in particular.
Yeah, some species have been very heavily affected, stuff like sparrows on the decrease, song thrushes also significantly dropped. So an app like this will help you pick up your chirping sparrows around the corner, which are still present, but we don't often hear them. It's not like me wandering around with my radar ears going off all the time.
And I correct in thinking, I think I read somewhere that we do now have parakeets in the wild that
they're all over the place. I was watching them in the local park just outside before I came in, and when I was testing this bird Shazam, and done very well with a robin, got 88% on a robin singing next to me, which is great.
It does work with the parakeet.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the sort of sound that you think, no, that can't be. Is that really a parakeet? But you just then hold your phone down and have it confirmed.
Parakeets are very widespread across London, and they're all over the place. The only trouble with a parakeet, you can never be certain when it's going to start calling. Whereas
Right.
a robin is continuously singing, which makes it easier.
I just like the idea that, I mean, I like my nature. I do like my nature. I love having the birds in the garden, but I don't have a lot of information or knowledge about what everything is. I like the fact that we can actually get real-time information about what is in our gardens, which is really nice for those people like me who are like, you know, semi-interested, if you like, that we can actually get that data at the touch of a button.
Yeah, that's exactly what we hope, that it's going to kind of engage more people. And I think when you don't know a lot about the subject, it can feel a little bit difficult to know where to start. So we hope that this will be a tool to get people interested in the first place, and then hopefully they'll go on to learn more.
And wonderful for children.
Yeah.
My 7-year-old son, I'm sure he'd love this.
So what next for you, Florence, in this, in developing the app to take it forward?
Well, so at the moment it's available to download for iPhone, but we're hoping that we can raise enough funds from sales of the iPhone app to build for Android as well. And then perhaps we'll think about developing for different territories as well, because it currently just works in the UK and Ireland.
Right. Well, look, good luck. I hope it works out for you. I hope it works out for you, David, as well, in providing that information. So I just think it's a brilliant idea. Absolutely love it. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get a quick check on the sports headlines for you this morning.
Stephen, sounds like a great app, doesn't it? Bird impressions as well, maybe. Let's maybe not. Jason Day has finished as runner-up in 3 majors, but is eyeing the big prize tonight, going into the final round of golf's US PGA Championships. The Australian holds a 2-shot lead at Whistling Straits. There you go, Whistling Straits.